So now, to test it back, we open a web browser, go to YouTube. I search KNOX TV.
This is just to test the screen?
We're going to test the volume.
Okay.
You can see we're live. Okay. Crank the volume up. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 3 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 1 1. We're ready.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, tonight, there's no radio to deal with. Okay? So I'm just going to load up my graphics. Normally, I would have my graphics loaded for you if you took this out. Okay. So. This is Knightrider's Jamestown Drive. Good. Tools. K-Riders. Fuel. And keys. There we are. Okay, so now come back out. This is OBS. Pregame. Always notice your mistakes, right? We haven't blinded that scoreboard yet, which means we haven't blinded them anywhere at this point, right? Game live, we blinded them because we did that. Intermission, we haven't blinded it.
I see.
And we've got, looks like we've got score up on that too, okay? Postgame, we haven't blinded it yet. Scoreboard. Looks like the scores are gone. Looks like we got rid of those, so that's good. Okay, and then we'll do drive. That's the new one. State standings, yep. Tools, Knightrider Jamestown. Keys, Knightrider Jamestown. Back to pregame show. We're ready.
Okay.
So, now it seems like a lot,
I was about to say it's a lot.
but we normally get it done in about 30 minutes or so.
That's what Adrian was saying. He's gotten it down a lot quicker. So, and yeah, it's just a matter of doing it, the repetition of it. So, before I forget, I wanted to let you know that I actually had a death in the family last night, and so the funeral is Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll be flying back to Pittsburgh Tuesday through.
Okay, yeah. Next week is EDC hockey, so you're kind of coming here.
Right.
Okay, but what we'll do is we're going to have baseball and soccer during the spring.
Yeah, when do they start up?
There will be some things that you just
Okay. Yeah.
So it's actually a really cool time because sure we can't work into the rotation because you're learning, right? You do stuff. Tomorrow, we'll get you set up and you'll do stuff. All right, 1 2 1 2. All right, well, I'm gonna go see if I can find Coach Kildor, and even if we don't get on the air until 6:45 tonight, I don't think that's gonna be.
Yeah, that was, so it sounds like most of
following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you tonight to Eagles Arena here in Grand Forks in Midtown as we get set for the final few regular season hockey games of the year before we all get together for regional tournaments coming up this next week for the boys and state tournaments coming up in a couple of weeks for the girls. There's a week of regular season games left to go for girls high school hockey. And tonight it'll be the Grand Forks Knightrider who come in second place in the Eastern Dakota Conference and trying to hold on to that number 2 spot. I should say rather in the statewide rankings. They come in the number 2 spot and trying to hold on to that number 2 spot tonight. They're going to take on the Jamestown Blue Jays. This is a program that I had a chance to get my start with in broadcasting hockey many, many years ago. The Jamestown Blue Jay girls at the state hockey tournament, they came up with a consolation championship win over at Ralph Engelstad Arena on the Olympic ice. And now they're here tonight trying to go through a bit of a rebuilding phase in that girls hockey program in Jamestown. But the Blue Jays are here tonight to take on one of the better teams in North Dakota. We bring it to you tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. And it's brought to you tonight by Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find every one of their products online at rivards.com. Even though it's cold outside, the fact of the matter is that we're going to be in forage and turf season soon. It's already the halfway point of February. If you're looking for a forage product to bring in that big buck for the upcoming year, or you're looking to beautify around your home or business, Rivard's has you covered with premium products, and they mix all their seed varieties in Grand Forks. You can find them at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. When it's time to get a trailer refurbished, and who doesn't need that with the upcoming summer on the way? Boat trailers, camper trailers, trailers for hauling. They have you covered with all those needs. And if it's time for a new trailer, Grand Trailer Sales can take you through the process, and they have every make and model of trailer that you're looking for. Grand Trailer Sales, another of our premier sports partners tonight. The Knightrider come in, as we mentioned, the number 2 team in the statewide standings. And for those of you that are not familiar with how girls hockey works, it's a statewide race. There is no regional tournament. There are eliminations that take place at the end of the regular season. The top 8 teams in North Dakota will automatically qualify for the state tournament, which will be in Grand Forks this year in a bit of a different format this year. The girls' first round is going to be on a Wednesday this year over at Ralph Engelstad Arena, so everyone has a chance to play on the big ice in that opening round. And then you will also see the boys on Thursday, and consolation games are going to be moving to Purpur Arena this year, while the championship play, including semifinals and finals, will take place over at Ralph Engelstad Arena. So 2 different arenas in Grand Forks where those games will be taking place. But you can see what's going on. North-South, despite a loss to Grand Forks in the regular season, 52 points right now in the league, and they're currently in first place trying to solidify that mark, and they have a very comfortable cushion for that number 1 spot over the rest of the field. But the Knightrider right now at 43 points, Bismarck Century with 41 trying to chase them down, and Mandan's not out of this thing yet. And tomorrow, Grand Forks will see Bismarck Legacy coming in, or Legacy/Bismarck coming into their arena to finish up the home weekend. Whereas Jamestown, right now 11 points. They've got to overcome, it would appear, Dickinson and perhaps Fargo Davies in order to make their way into the state tournament. Again, 8 teams would make it. The top 4 seeds right now would be North-South, Grand Forks, Bismarck Century, and Mandan. The next 4, Legacy Bismarck, Minot, West Fargo United, and Fargo Davies. And so Jamestown in a tough spot. Going to be very difficult to make the state tournament, if probably being eliminated already, but still trying to play for the future, trying to put together some really good games at the end of the regular season and take on one of the best that is in the state tonight. Devils Lake will take on Bismarck Century tonight at home. Bismarck Legacy will play at North-South tonight. That's going to be a nice matchup going on in Fargo, number 5 at number 1. And then Jamestown is here for kind of a light night when it comes down to girls hockey in North Dakota. And that's Drive for the title this evening, with Fargo North-South in first place by 9 points, and Grand Forks holding on to second place by 2 points, holding on to second place over the 4th place team by 4. Drive for the Title brought to you by Toys for Trucks, your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. They have a full showroom of custom wheels and rims ready to make your product, your ride, come to the next level. And with this cold snap that we're having right now, you're probably feeling the need for automatic start in your vehicle if you don't have it already. So get that at Toys for Trucks. They have the premium products of automatic start that will work for you each and every time. Toys for Trucks, 6105 Gateway Drive. You'll find them on Highway 2 West in Grand Forks. They bring you Drive for the Title this evening. We've got more in our pregame report coming up. We'll take a look at the key players to watch in this matchup and also look at some of the keys for the game and our starting lineups in hockey scheduled for 7 o'clock this evening here at Eagles Arena. So stay with us. Our pregame report brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you in Grand Forks, and brought to you by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. This is high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College with faculty and staff here to help you succeed. We know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey and girls hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports this evening from Eagles Arena in Grand Forks, where the Jamestown Blue Jays are in town to take on the Grand Forks Knightriders here tonight. Matchup of a couple of different ends of the statewide standings. Jamestown in a tough spot this year, trying to move their way up towards the, I guess you could say, state tournament qualifying threshold. Probably not enough points to get up there and grab at it as of yet, but still an opportunity to have some key wins down the stretch. And for the Knightriders, trying to take care of business at home this weekend and see if they can't lock up
a number 2 seed going into the state tournament. One more week left to go coming up next week. Again, there is no regional tournament in girls hockey, so you play an extra week of the regular season, and the top 8 teams in the statewide standings will qualify for the state tournament. We bring it to you tonight from Eagles Arena, and our pregame report brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you with 10 locations in the Red River Valley. Those products that you've come to know generationally from John Deere, they have you covered at True North Equipment. Find those John Deere products, whether they're for your farm or for your lawn and the things that you have around your home, with those 10 locations in the Grand Forks area or in the Red River Valley. And Signature Graphics and Apparel, it's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Custom etching for patchwork that they can attach to just about any type of clothing. And they've got vinyl signage for you as well, which is the type of signage that you're looking for quite often for your business. They'll take care of that work at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Make sure you check them out in East Grand Forks and find out what they can do to promote your business or promote your team at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Let's take a look at the key players that come into the matchup tonight with our Game Fuel. Game Fuel is presented tonight by Circle K, now with 4 locations in Grand Forks. Their newest, of course, South Washington and Midtown, not far from here. Car wash, 24 hours a day service inside the store, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They have a very robust beverage section along with a great frozen food section as well. And with 24/7, 365 as their policy, they're here to take care of you at Circle K. For the Grand Forks Knight-Riders coming into the night, Taylor Kilgore getting it done with 19 points, but you can see she's got plenty of help. Emily Common, who centers what will be the second line tonight, 16 points with 6 goals. And Dusty Bollock, who's back on the blue line for this Grand Forks Knight-Riders team, 13 points as a defender this year. And that really doesn't tell the whole story. There are players on this team that have the opportunity to do some big things on any night. Taylor Kilgore is listed as a winger on the 3rd line tonight for the Knight-Riders, so they do believe in their depth. For this Jamestown Blue Jays team, Ellie Kruger comes in with a very nice season right now. 24 points, 14 goals to go with that for the Blue Jays. Grace Almaris, 10 goals and 7 assists for 17 points on the year. And Lainey Bacalar, 9 goals, 6 assists, and 15 points on the season to really have a nice addition for the Blue Jays as well. And Lainey Bacalar is also a blue liner for the Blue Jays. She's back as a defender as well. So both teams feature a defender that has the ability to do some scoring, and that's good to see. Dusty Bollock for the Knight-Riders and Lainey Bacalar for the Blue Jays. And those are the pieces of Game Fuel that we have for you tonight, brought to you by Circle K. Let's take a look at our keys for the game this evening. Keys for the game are brought to you tonight by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. For the Knight-Riders, we mentioned that they've got good offensive weapons. They've got to produce some shots. That's one of the things that they can really do to try to boost their chances. They've won a lot of games with some low-scoring numbers. I believe it was 1-0 in a shootout in their win over Fargo North-South. And so they're looking to produce a little bit more. And then, well, of course, when you're in this situation where you're the team that's favored, you want to avoid penalties and not spend time in the box. For Jamestown, you can't turn the puck over. If you do, this Grand Forks team is going to be up on you very quickly, so you don't want to turn the puck away. And then also being aggressive on the power play will be a big key for the Blue Jays tonight. If Grand Forks takes a penalty, Jamestown's going to have to look to capitalize on that, because at 5-on-5, Grand Forks is probably going to be a bit more of a superior team. And so that means that Jamestown will have to take advantage of those opportunities and then match up the best they can. But if Grand Forks takes a penalty tonight, that's going to be a big opportunity for the Blue Jays. Those are our keys to the game, brought to you tonight by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. They are always in hockey season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see them for custom skate sharpening. They've got every pad, every stick, every piece of equipment for any position on the ice at Jarrell Sports Center. They are your hockey headquarters in North Dakota, and they're outfitted for the other sports that you're looking for as well. Always stop in first at Jarrell Sports Center on South Washington in Grand Forks. We'll take a pause on our pregame report while they announce our starting lineups and have our national anthem. We'll come back and start hockey in just a moment. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Stay with us.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Our national anthem continues. National anthem is played here tonight at Eagles Arena, and now we're set for our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening. Tyler Donaldson is along as well. He'll be joining us a little bit later on for our coverage here this evening. And we do want to say thank you tonight to our two student managers from the Jamestown Blue Jay girls hockey program that are here this evening, Kinley Kletke and Claire Volrath, as they've bailed us out of a jam this evening. We had a camera operator that was unavailable due to illness tonight. We found out a little bit later in the game this evening, and so we began to take a look at those that might be able to help us out. Now, Claire, along with Kinley, are part of being the videographers, if you will, for the Jamestown Blue Jay girls hockey team. And we worked out a very quick arrangement with the Jamestown coaching staff that if we would allow for them to use our video for stats purposes, that their camera operators would run our camera. I think it's a very even trade, and so I'm ready to take advantage of that opportunity. And so a big thank you to Kinley and Claire. I was talking with Kinley a little bit before we got started, and she has an uncle by the name of Lucas Kletke, who's down from the Edgeley-Culm area, and I called a couple of his 9-man football games back in the day, so that tells me that I'm kind of getting old. Jamestown will end up winning the opening draw. The puck will end up into the Grand Forks end off of that draw, and then the Knightriders will come over to it. Kira Botnan sending it back up the wall. So come back out to center ice for Ella Bry, and Bry will turn this back into the Jamestown end as the Blue Jays get back on the back check. Aspen Humes over in the corner looking to take control of it. This will flash back out to Ellie Kruger. Kruger, again, their top scorer on the season, and Kruger with a good rush of steam coming up in the right circle, fires a shot and a good save. Kylie Schmaltz punching that shot aside over into the far corner. Another puck played towards the slot, and the Knight-Riders trying to clear it out. They cannot. It stays on the right point for Layla Becker, and the Blue Jays continue on the cycle. Toss off the right wall, and Brooklyn Soderberg will come up ice for the Knight-Riders. Soderberg will dump one in towards the net. Bacalar will cover it up, and she'll make a quick transition as the Knight-Riders go off on a change. Layla Becker had the puck, but didn't really know where she wanted to go with it, and ends up turning it over. And the Knight-Riders come in with Emily Common, sending this back to the left point. Kilgore with a look, and her play got blocked out front. That was Macy Fisher that got to it for the Blue Jays. Puck slapped off the wall on the far side, and Eleni Bacalar ends up making contact with it, and we're going to see a whistle and a draw coming up. And it looks like we're going back into the Knight-Riders zone for the draw with 15:49 to play in the opening period. Draws tonight brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region, and brought to you tonight as well by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks. Puck ends over up on the right corner off the draw, and this will work its way back out into the neutral zone. Blue Jays back after it. They're able to get to it with it cut off on the left side by Izzy Maddock, and another toss down the ice that may net us an icing call. And it looks like we'll head back into the Jamestown zone for a draw. So we'll go back into the Blue Jay end to set it down. Emily Common's going to go to the dot for the Knight-Riders. And Addie Gerhardt will take the draw for the Blue Jays. And Common won it, but sent it back into her own zone with nobody home to cut it off. And a really long trek to get back to it for Biddy Ballack, who comes out on the right side. She'll play it back to the neutral zone. Good touch passing here. Chesney Sigdahl coming up into the offensive end for the Knight-Riders. Sigdahl played it back out through the crease, looking for some help up top. Common came over to try to cut it off. Blue Jays looking to take it away. Maddock rushing the far wall, turned it over. And a drive towards the net for the Knight-Riders' Chesney Sigdahl. She comes off the end wall with it. Another turn by Maddock trying to play it out. Work back out to the point for the Blue Jays. Grace Almaris trying to get on the move. Almaris came back to the neutral zone. Kruger got cut off, but will send the puck back down to the Knight-Riders' end. And the Jays stay back. They played a little defensively, perhaps made a change or finished one as that puck came up into the Knight-Riders' zone. That may tell us a little bit about their ideas tonight. Kendra Kuznia for the Knight-Riders, sending it back over to the far corner. Now the Knight-Riders turn it over, and a quick little snap off the left side from Ellie Kruger ends up just wide of traffic. She was looking for an opportunity in front of the net. Knight-Riders back up the ice with control of the puck. It'll be Elena Marto that charges into the corner. Redirect coming back out towards the near side for the Knight-Riders. And it will circle back behind the net. Comes back to the far corner for Nora Hale. Hale part of the fourth line, so the Knight-Riders cycling through rather quickly tonight. Another puck that's fought loose, and here comes Ellie Kruger up into the offensive end, being ridden by Hale all the way. Kruger sends one on from a steep angle. Another chance by Schmaltz to make a stop, and she does. And the puck will come out with Ava Walsh going to the near side wall for the Knight-Riders on the left wing. Knight-Riders will play this to the neutral zone. We'll have an icing call, and that's going to take us back into the Knight-Riders zone for a draw. Our coverage tonight of high school hockey brought to you by Ultru, brought to you tonight by Bergstrom Electric, and also brought to you this evening by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks. We'll draw to the left of Schmaltz. This comes out high slot. Schmaltz makes a stop on a wrist shot that came right off the draw from Anna Lundy, who's the fifth forward. Lundy knew exactly what to do with the puck when she got to it in that case, and that was put a shot on net. Back out to the high slot again. Blue Jays capitalized on another turnover from the Knight-Riders. Layla Becker fighting for control. So bounce off the wall, and Becker comes back out in the neutral zone, redirects it back behind her for Lundy. And Lundy plays blue line to blue line, where a puck is picked up and fanned on by Kira Botnin for the Knight-Riders. Manassa back behind the net for Grand Forks. Manassa coming back out towards the near side. Got a pass out to center. This is picked up by Ava Walsh charging through the neutral zone. Walsh picked as she got to the far corner by Lundy, but Walsh continues with the puck. Tried to feed it out in front of the net. Ends up being broken up, not handled quite cleanly. Knight-Riders look to get to it, back up ice. Yeah, we may have a numbers change coming up here tonight. I think they gave us one of the wrong numbers when we were looking through the lines this evening. We'll have to run through that just to make sure that we've got it right, folks. Our apologies. Elizabeth Kilgore coming up the ice for the Knight-Riders. Kilgore looking, Had some camp in front from Brooklyn Soderberg, fed it that way. Puck comes back loose, and a nice play by Bacalar on a wrister that came in late. That wrister came off the near side. And again, I think that's the number that we've got wrong, unless we've got a 14 instead of a 4. There it is, Ella Bry. Now, there's a 4 that's out there as well tonight. There we go. Chloe Groven, we've got that. I put that down as a 9 this evening. My apologies. So Chloe Groven had that shot from the left point, and Groven's got it for the Knight-Riders. Coming back to Ella Bry along the wall, and now Groven again. Bry trying short angle, shot out in front, chance for a score, and there it is. The Knight-Riders will come up with the opening goal of the game tonight, and it should be Brooklyn Soderberg that gets credit for it. Soderberg fighting for a loose puck right on top of the blue will make it 1-0 in favor of the Knight-Riders. Let's take a look again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you'll see Soderberg coming right to the top of the crease, knew exactly where to be when that loose puck came in, and she fights through for a gritty area goal to make it 1-0 in favor of the Knight-Riders. So the Knight-Riders score. We'll try to get the official timing of it. We'll go to the intermission, and we'll get the official scoring on it as well. We'll look in from High School Hockey ND to make sure they're running that on the electronic scoring this evening so that we can get a look at that coming up here in just a bit. Knight-Riders come away with it again. It's Ella Bry trying to sweep around contact, and a good rush by Anna Lundy to come over and cut off Bry before she can make any further progress up the ice. Blue Jays touch passing back in the neutral zone. Stella Belzer, she's got a step on the Knight-Riders, puts in a shot from the right angle, and Schmaltz will kick that away back into the corner. Chesney Sigdahl comes back for it for the Knight-Riders. Knight-Riders get around the pressure from Lundy on the far side. It's Sigdahl controlling all the way up the ice. Chesney will play it back out high. Manassa with a wrist shot through traffic, deflected wide. Puck will come back towards the near side wall. Rush to get to it for the Blue Jays. Back out to the near side. Another try in front, and there's another goal on a gritty area try. That will come in for the Knight-Riders. We'll see who gets credit for this one. It looks as though it'll be Chesney Sigdahl, who deserved it as she came rushing up the ice. So Chesney Sigdahl will score. The time of that goal will be at 5 minutes 34 seconds. And the first goal was for Soderberg tonight. And the Knight-Riders have found a couple of things they can work with, leading by a score of 2-0 here in the opening period early. We'll take a look at that again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This is another gritty area goal. That puck just came loose to the crease. You can see it standing there momentarily. And that little jab that came in at the end by Sigdahl is what forced that through as the Knight-Riders take a 2-0 edge. Puck with Manassa on the right side wall for Grand Forks. Manassa trying to spin it back towards the point. Instead dumps it down towards the corner. Sigdahl, who just scored, gets a piece of it. Puck will be deflected back out to the circle. And Leah Hagan was trying to come back up the ice with it, but could not find it. Another puck goes loose. And this time it'll be Lainey Bacalar that takes it away for Jamestown. Bacalar coming back to the neutral zone. Long rush to get to it, but icing will be the call. And we will head back into the Jamestown zone for a draw. Well, the one thing that we didn't get done tonight before we got started was to get the official electronic scoring of this one up. And sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. So we'll see if we can find this one in progress, and it looks like we can. And we'll start taking a look at the electronic scoring that's coming in from downstairs. First goal of the night, Brooklyn Soderberg from Ella Bry. Second goal of the night they've actually credited to Emma Gray. And we'll see Chesney Sigdahl and Emily Common getting assists on that. We had given that to Sigdahl, but Emma Gray will get the goal. 4:24 and 5:34, so the goals a minute and 10 seconds apart. And Sigdahl took the celly as she came over, but Gray may have gotten a piece of that on the back end. Nonetheless, it's 2-0 in favor of the Knight-Riders. Tylea Sortland with a touch along the far side wall for Grand Forks, or rather for Jamestown. Layla Becker back behind her. Shot coming in from the right point that rifles wide. Kiera Bottanen sending that in from the right point. Knight-Riders come back to it on the near side. Biddy Bollock will turn it into the corner. And Izzy Maddock goes back to get it. Now we've got a whistle. And it looks like we're going to see an interference call. That will be called, I believe, against the Blue Jays. Now, Jamestown's going to take an interference call. The penalty is going to go against Layla Becker. That's going to be a tough penalty for Jamestown to fight off. Becker's been a pretty good defender tonight, but Becker will take an interference call. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes and 54 seconds. And so now the Knight-Riders go on the power play. And the power play brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online at rbbelectric.com. Laney Bacalar coming up the wall. Puck is cut off on the point, and the Knight-Riders will play it back in deep as it came out to the point. And Ella Yana, third-line winger, comes out, and she may be the fourth winger on the first power play unit. Knight-Riders will watch as Jamestown clears. Izzy Maddock will pitchfork one through the neutral zone. It ends up back in the Knight-Riders' end. Grand Forks trying to come back up ice. Long stretch pass. They'll say this was touched up in the neutral zone, and they got a break on that because that pass is going to go long. Stella Belzer came over trying to cut it off for Jamestown and got enough of it to wave off the icing call, but the puck ends up back in the Jamestown end. Last thing you want to do is ice it when you're on the power play. 1:15 left of power play time. Knight-Riders with a 2-0 lead, nearly halfway through the opening period, and a toss coming out to Emily Common for Grand Forks. Common charging in the right corner, got down to the corner, twists it back out, high slot, puck deflected, rolling towards the net. Bacalar, good play, coming out with a paddle to sweep that back to the wall. Manassa, high slot. Taking a look, wrister into traffic, deflected into the far corner. Will ricochet off the end wall. Knight-Riders go over to get it with Chloe Groven. A look in towards the corner, and the puck will come back behind the net. Brooklyn Soderberg, who was out on the first scoring tonight. And a rink-wide pass off to the right, shot from the circle that goes wide. That one taken out of the circle by Elizabeth Kilgore. Manassa coming in from the near circle. That shot was blocked. A quick turn and fire on a wheel. That got knocked down as Common got that away. Common comes back to it. Still 23 seconds left to go in the power play. Common dumps it back behind the Jamestown net, and Laney Bacalar over to cut it off. Makes a good clearing play, and the puck will end up back in the Jamestown zone. Nearly halfway through the opening period, and the Blue Jays set to get their penalized skater out of the box here in a couple of moments. Meantime, Grand Forks comes up, Soderberg rushing the net again. Puck goes back behind it. Elena Marto coming out in front, trying a wheel and deal, and the puck will be deflected loose. Grace Almaris comes up with it for Jamestown. Little 2-on-2 rush for the Blue Jays, and this will be stopped by Schmaltz as Almaris put it in from the left wing. And a cover, and we'll see a whistle coming up in the Grand Forks Knight-Rider zone. Coverage of our matchup tonight brought to you in part by Rivard's Turf and Forage, by Grand Trailer Sales, and also brought to you tonight by Eagles Crest Grill in Grand Forks. 7:54 to play of the opening period. And Jamestown trailing Grand Forks by a score of 2-0 on our alternate scoreboard. Look out in front of the net, and puck gets confronted. Schmaltz ends up making a stop. Puck was received pretty well by Brooke Dietrich. She just couldn't turn and play that puck cleanly. Knight-Riders back to the near edge with control of the puck. A look up ice from Kendra Kuznia. Kuznia dumps into the neutral zone, comes off the far wall. Marto will spin this back to the neutral zone for the Blue Jays. Layla Becker, after serving her penalty, sends it back into the neutral zone, and now Izzy Maddock coming up in the offensive end. Got a shot away from long range. Schmaltz will make a stop on that. Jamestown has been credited for 7 shots on goal tonight. Maddock again jabbing one loose out to the far dasher. Knight-Riders try to get on a rush. Puck deflected well. That was a good defensive play right on the point by Addie Gerhardt for Jamestown. Otherwise, the Knight-Riders get away cleanly. Instead, Knight-Riders struggle to get into the offensive end, but they do. Chloe Groven widening out towards the near wing and trying to trail puck into the corner. Trapped it up against the wall. It's pulled away by Biddy Bollock. Out to the high slot. Good one-timer by Kilgore. Rebounded puck. Swept wide of the net. There was a good chance from Ella Bry after that play from the top that came from Kendra Kuznia. My correction. And now a pitchfork back through the neutral zone, and Kuznia charges all the way back up the ice to cut one off as Addie Gerhardt was rushing for the Blue Jays. Kuznia ends up being knocked down. A turnover out in front of the net, and a chip that goes wide of the net, and they're going to get a penalty coming up against Jamestown. This may be a tripping call. One of the Knight-Riders went down on a penalty, and it looked like there might have been a trip that was involved. And just before the shot, Jamestown going to be called for a penalty. It's going to be a hooking call that will go against the Blue Jays. So another power play coming up here for Grand Forks. And the hooking call will go against Gerhardt. So she had made a good defensive play, but will be called for hooking. Time of the penalty will be at 10 minutes and 33 seconds of the opening period. And another power play opportunity for the Knight-Riders, brought to you by RBB Electric. Knight-Riders with it, long-range shot. Bacalar makes the stop through traffic on a wrister from the right point. That came from Eliana. Puck's on the far boards. Knight-Riders with Chloe Groven getting to it. Groven a stop. Looks to come back to the point. Yana quarterback into power play, high slot. Comes off the near side wall. Emma Gray Bounce pass back into the corner. Coming from behind the net, Taylor Kilgore will cycle back out in front. Another shot into traffic. Bacalar, a tough save. Wow. That got through some traffic. Bacalar had a hard time seeing that puck, and she was able to stay with it and make some contact on the stick. Back to Gray. She's got an open shooting angle. Sends one in the air, and Bacalar will glove it up for the save. And we'll see a draw this time coming up in the Jamestown zone. Power play clock down to 1 minute and 21 seconds. Game clock down to 5:48 to play in the opening frame. Addie Gerhardt to the dot for the Knight-Riders. Gerhardt wins the draw, comes back towards the point, taken up by Elena Marteau. Marteau a good spin, looking for an open angle. Instead back to Manassa on the high slot, off to the right circle. A look from the circle this time by Elizabeth Kilgore. Kilgore put it back behind the net. Back out on top for Kilgore now. Look, wrister, traffic, knocked down by Bacalar. Rebound surrendered, but Knight-Riders can't find it. Good clearing play over far side by Ellie Kruger to dump this back up the ice. It seems like an excruciatingly long penalty, though, against the Blue Jays. Still 50 seconds left to go on the power play, and the Knight-Riders have had a lot of activity in the offensive zone after going on the player advantage. Puck comes into the offensive end again. A drive by Manassa. It'll go back to the high slot. Another deflection back out in the neutral zone. Knight-Riders have to get back on side. Manassa coming back near edge. Steps up offensive zone. Left circle. Drive high and up over to the bar. And Manassa's down after taking a bit of a hit. Losing the puck on the end of that. She appears to be okay, but took a hard hit with the ice after wiping out. Good stick handling left side. A little back and forth for Taylor Kilgore to open up against positive numbers from Jamestown. Kilgore into the corner. Will take one off the wall. She looks to get it back. Goes wide of the net. Loose puck off the end wall for Ava Walsh. Back to Kilgore behind the net for the Knight-Riders. This will work back out to the point. Bottonen drives one up into traffic that was deflected. Power play comes to an end. Jamestown back to full strength. Bottonen into the corner, looking there for Sigdahl. Sigdahl stops, stick handling top of the circle, deflection through the crease. Bacalar took a look to her right. It bounds to her right and stays out of trouble. And Kendra Kuznia struggling to hold the offensive end for Jamestown, or actually for the Knight-Riders. She'll dump it back in as the Knight-Riders get back on side. 2-0. The Knight-Riders on top of Jamestown early. Back in the neutral zone for Kiera Bottonen. Bottonen stepping right side, threads one through on the far edge of the ice. Now deflected back, and Leah Hagan comes up with control into a 2-on-1. Odd rush for the Blue Jays, puts a shot in, and good glove save there by Kylie Schmaltz to hold for the whistle. Shots are 14-9 in favor of the Knight-Riders, and they went on a big tear. It was 7-7, but that last power play was very productive for Grand Forks. They just didn't have the opportunity to put the puck in the net. Puck over in the far wall off the draw. Knight-Riders get to it with Ava Walsh. Walsh coming up in the offensive zone. Taking a puck with her into the corner. A stop against the end wall by Lainey Bacalar for the Blue Jays. Long drive over towards the near edge. Again, Walsh looking to play it back towards the near point. Blue Jays nearly had a clear. Good duck and cover that time, coming out the near wall by Macy Fisher for Jamestown. And Fisher comes back to get to it, the neutral zone, and comes up ice down numbers. Tried to make a pass to the high slot for Brooke Dietrich. Ends up overshooting Dietrich, and the puck will go back over to the far wall. Loose puck to the neutral zone. Blue Jays back to it with Aspen Humes. And now the Jays will go off on a change after clearing. We either have a penalty or an icing call. Looks like it'll be icing. We're going to go back into the Jamestown zone and draw with 3:03 left to go in the opening period. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Presented tonight by Franson Bank and Trust. And also presented this evening by Circle K in Grand Forks. 3:03 to play in the opening period. Knight-Riders leading 2-0. Couple of gritty goals right down on top of the crease. So far this evening, Soderberg, who had one of those, turns and tries to get a shot away. And a puck gets deflected onto the high slot. The Jays trying to clear. And a play up the ice from Gabby Colden. That will be cut down. Back left side. Anna Lundy's been a good defender tonight for the Blue Jays here in this opening period. Back up ice from Soderberg, dumping into the corner. Jays over to pick it up. Layla Becker was there. Twists one back to Gabby Colden on the near side. Loose puck again to Soderberg for the Knight-Riders. Jamestown hasn't had a lot of success on this shift in possessing the puck and trying to turn it back up ice. They've mishandled a few. Knight-Riders keep it in the offensive zone again as a pass goes a little strong from the Blue Jays. It's wrapped up in the far corner. 2-on-2 match for control. Knight-Riders will squeak it free. Puck comes back to Ella Bry. And now Bry steps in with Chloe Groven. Groven a stop, back to Bry behind the net. Bry tried to feed it in front, had some pressure from Emma Gray, but ended up not being able to find the puck that way. We've got a loose stick on the ice as well. Looks like that's broken. Puck comes back out to the point for Botnin, a drive that goes wide to the net. Knightriders swoop in for the rebound with the clock at 1:52 and counted. Lundy over in the far corner for Jamestown, got it back out in the neutral zone. Good clearing play by Lundy, and the Knightriders go off on a change. And now Central, actually the Knightriders try to catch him. It was Jamestown that went off on the change. Central, actually I should say the Knightriders caught him on that change. And the drive up the ice ends up with a deflected shot from Emily Common. But Common had a head of steam after taking that pass with a lot of the Blue Jays off the ice. Now here's a 2-on-1 odd person for Jamestown. Left side rush coming up from Almaris. Another shot hit the side of the net. Almaris with a backhand putback off the rebound. And a puck goes loose in the corner where Kuznia will run it down for the Knightriders. Maya Manassa turning and being pressured well from Stella Belzer in front of the net. Manassa's unable to clear. Puck is held in the offensive end. Izzy Maddock for Jamestown off the left point. Down to a minute to play opening period. Manassa now has some open ice to work with. Tried to make a backhand pass to the wing, and the wing collapsed on her. Almaris will turn it around and dump it right back into the Knightriders' end. Off the end wall, puck picked up for the Knightriders and brought back towards the far edge from Elayana. Fought through some traffic on the far edge. Taylor Kilgore gets loose, and here's a 2-on-1. Kilgore trying to come up the ice, ends up losing handle on the puck. Goes over into the far wall, pops on a dasher, and frustrated on that play were the Knightriders. Taylor Kilgore thought she had a break, and she did. Just could not handle the puck on that 2-on-1. Kind of slammed her stick into the ice in some frustration on the end of that. Blue Jays get back into the neutral zone with control of the puck. Knightriders cut off a clearing play with Biddy Bollock. Bollock turns it back towards the near edge. Rush coming up ice and will be handled by one of the Blue Jays on their bench with the clock down to 8.7 seconds left in the opening period. Draw coming up in the Jamestown zone. And it will go to the right of Addie Bacalar. To the right of Bacalar, puck knocked around back out towards the point. Little time left, down to about 2 seconds. Puck driven in, and that's going to be the end of the opening period. So period number one comes to a conclusion. The Knightriders score a couple of goals early, have some additional chances, but come up empty. And at the end of the first frame, your score on the All True scoreboard is Grand Forks 2 and Jamestown nothing. And we'll come back with our intermission report. Our intermission report tonight brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And we'll take that intermission break and come back with some of our first.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus in classrooms that mirror today's workplace with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Welcome back to our coverage of girls hockey tonight in the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. We're at the end of a period tonight. And your score is Grand Forks 2 and Jamestown nothing. Couple of gritty area goals right on top of the crease for the Knightriders. And they're still checking on the scoring from the second goal. We had Chesney Sigdahl as scoring that goal. And they credited it to Emma Gray, and they said that as they brought up the scoring summary to us that there were a lot of numbers that were thrown around on that first goal, or rather that second goal, and they're not comfortable with it either. We had Chesney Sigdahl scoring that goal, but we'll let them sort that out, and when that is revised, then obviously we'll bring it to you. But the Knightriders scoring a couple early, and they had several other chances, a couple of power plays that they did not score on, and so right now Jamestown perhaps fortunate to be down by just a 2-0 margin. The Knightriders probably feel like they left some things undone in that first period of play. They'll get ready to come out for the second in a couple of moments. Our intermission summary tonight brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. High Plains Water can show you how your quality of living goes up with a system from High Plains Water. No more scaly buildup on those fixtures. You're going to have cleaner laundry with less detergent and better tasting tap water, along with appliances that last longer. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. And Grand Trailer Sales in Grand Forks Welding and Machine, bringing you our intermission report. Grand Forks Welding and Machine is the men of steel. Grand Forks Welding and Machine is ready to get you ready for that upcoming season. So if you put equipment away broken down at the end of last year, broken or twisted shafts, or you need holes tightened up, they've got you covered at Grand Forks Welding and Machine. But get that work done now, so when those 40s that we're supposed to have at the end of next week start rolling around and it starts to smell like spring, you might be ready for spring. Grand Forks Welding and Machine has you covered. Well, right now, as we mentioned, a couple of power plays that came up after Grand Forks scored their 2 goals. They scored 2 goals in the first 5.5 minutes, and the goals were only 1 minute and 10 seconds apart. And Jamestown was fortunate because they ended up giving up 2 more opportunities on the power play for Grand Forks in that opening period that Grand Forks did not score on, and they had really a lot of opportunities to do so. The Knightriders probably thinking, as we talked about with our keys in the pregame report, they need a little bit more production. We went through the keys of the game, and shot production, as you can see on your screen, was one of those we talked about for the Knightriders. Avoiding the penalties, they avoided those, but that shot production, they had some things where they played a little off the end wall, didn't really get those shots to the net. And the 2 goals that they scored were really in the gritty areas. As we take a look at our first period highlights that we had for you, they're brought to you tonight by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. This is the first of the goals for Brooke Soderberg, and you'll see her just camp out right on top of the crease, and Soderberg comes up with a goal just jabbing at a loose puck right on top of the blue to make it 1-0. And then just a minute and 10 seconds later, same type of thing for Chesney Sigdahl, coming back from behind the net to come up with a jab on a puck and make it 2-0. That's how both goals were scored for the Knightriders in the opening period. Just pucks that came back, were loose on top of the crease, and before Bacalar could cover them for Jamestown, a couple of forwards that were there that were ready to take a jab or a poke at the puck, and they were able to force them through, and that makes it a 2-0 lead for the Knightriders after 1. The highlights again brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Our scoring summary, Who Lit the Lamp, presented by Bergstrom Electric. In that opening period, Brooklyn Soderberg from Ella Bry. It came at 4:24, and officially right now it's Emma Gray, but we believe that goal will go to Chesney Sigdahl. Sigdahl right now with an assist along with Emily Common. So at this point it's Gray from Sigdahl and Common at 5:34. Both scores came at even strength, and a couple of penalties that came later. One against the Blue Jays, Layla Becker for interference. The other against the Blue Jays, Addie Gerhardt for hooking. At the end of the opening frame, it's 2-0 Grand Forks over Jamestown, as we make our way into our intermission summary, brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We have more coming up as we continue with our intermission report next, and we'll get ready for next week's Eastern Dakota Conference Boys Tournament with live coverage coming up from here in Grand Forks. So stay with us. More of our coverage next on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
Oh, we're getting a correction on the scoring here. They did correct that goal. Okay, that's what they're doing. We did get a correction on the scoring in that first goal, or rather second goal tonight. As we welcome you back to our intermission report, brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. They just announced it from the scorer's table that the second goal will go to Chesney Sigdahl tonight. So Sigdahl will get credit for the second goal for Grand Forks, and that will be assisted by Emma Gray. So it was Sigdahl from Gray in common versus Gray from Sigdahl in common, and that will make it a 2-0 game at that point, and that's how we start the second period. 2-0 in favor of Grand Forks over Jamestown. And our Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network presentation of girls hockey tonight from Eagles Arena. Puck comes back out to the high slot in the Grand Forks zone, and Kylie Schmaltz makes another save. She hasn't had an overly dramatically difficult night tonight for the Knight-Riders, but she's been busy, at least at moments. Jamestown has 12 shots on goal. The Grand Forks has 15. And so Schmaltz has been a part of the game this evening, as Grand Forks has had a pretty stiff contest from Jamestown. You can see here that the Blue Jays, despite not having the greatest of seasons, continue to play without fear, continue to play you straight up, and I mean, they've been very good for a team that's down near the bottom of the standings. They've shown you some opportunities at being very good at times tonight. Puck loose along the Grand Forks blue line, and the Knight-Riders will come back to it with Chesney Sigdahl, who now scored that second goal. Sigdahl looking up ice for a passing lane, was able to find one to Emily Common. Pass was a bit strong off of Common's stick. Izzy Maddock got to it in the neutral zone, turns it back behind her for Layla Becker, and then Becker ends up mishandling the puck into the corner. And now the Knight-Riders will put a bit of a rush on to try to find it. Out to the near side, a quick snipe and a nice save. The snipe from Biddy Bollock just wide of the net. And this will be gloved up by Addie Bacalar, and she'll hold for the whistle. Our coverage of tonight's matchup is brought to you in part by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online. By High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. And by Toys for Trucks, your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. Knight-Riders in possession of the puck in the Jamestown end. Puck comes out to the point. Slap shot that goes wide of the net coming from Elizabeth Kilgore. Wide into the corner. And the Knight-Riders trying to make a slash back towards the net. Good hard play coming off the end, I believe, from Maya Manassa, who's been on the ice a couple of times tonight. Manassa struggled to get up after one, but continues to battle out there. She's always been, despite being small in stature, she's physical and she's a battler. And you really like to see that. Layla Becker coming up the ice for Jamestown. Becker getting around some D, sends one towards the net weakly, tries to chase down the miss. Puck comes back to Taylor Kilgore for Grand Forks, and it'll be played off the near side boards by Elena Marto. Now Marto on the rush, and another nice save coming from Bacalar. Boy, that's a nice play for Addie Bacalar. Marto had a really nice wrister on this. Watch that again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You're going to see Marto come free on the right side wall. There's the snag, and right there, Kilgore, or actually I should say Bacalar, able to get out there and take that with the glove. And that was a really nice play from Marto and a really good play by the goalie Bacalar to keep that out of the net. Puck loose in the Jamestown end. It sprays back out in the neutral zone. And here comes a rush now up the ice for Jamestown. Here's a nice save coming back the other direction from Kylie Schmaltz after a drive up the ice from Grace Almaris. And Schmaltz made that look pretty comfortable. Another look at an offensive play, this time coming from Jamestown. You see Almaris beat some contact there, come up the ice. And boy, nice little snare right up in the corner. Tell you what, that's pretty good camera work as well. Our two ladies from Jamestown that are over there running our camera tonight, they're growing into that role rather quickly. They're giving us some pretty good highlights here in the second period. Puck into the far corner for the Knight-Riders. Knight-Riders leading by a score of 2-0 on the all-true scoreboard here early in the second. Kendra Kuznia stepping away from some defense and drives up the ice. 3-on-3, she's got an opening. Plays it off towards the left side for Yana. Yana taking a look, shot wide of Bacalar. Rebound off the back wall for Taylor Kilgore, who comes back out towards the wall. Kilgore taking a look, trying to step through the circle, ends up into the corner, fighting off Lainey Bacalar for control. This works back to Yana. Yana will turn it back out high. Drive this time by Kilgore wide of the net. That was Kuznia, rather. This comes back, and they're going to call this a goal for the Knight-Riders on a replay off the end wall that comes back out in front of the net and is jabbed in by Nora Hale. And that'll make it 3-0 in favor of Grand Forks. Let's look at that again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Boy, you don't see this coming at all. That bounces off the wall, and wow, what a short-sighted chance that time by Hale, just scooping up the rebound off the end wall. Really steep angle for Hale. You thought the play was probably over at that point, but Hale should get credit for the goal. Time of it at 3 minutes 30 seconds, and that'll make it 3-0 in favor of the Knight-Riders. But what a play by the Knight-Riders to stay with a puck off the end wall and score from a really steep angle. Puck thrown into the near side corner, and we're trying to get the assist or the official scoring. They do give Nora Hale the goal. There will be an assist for Kuznia. It'll be Hale from Kuznia at 3:30 of the second period, and that'll make it a 3-0 lead in favor of the Knight-Riders. And now we'll see a whistle as the puck came into the Jamestown zone. And it looks like we're going to have perhaps an offside call here against, no, they're going to keep this in the Jamestown end. So we'll see a draw coming up in the Blue Jay zone with 13:07 left to play in the second period. Well, as is tradition, folks, I just had a root beer float delivered to me by my daughter. We have root beer floats every year during Valentine's Day, and it is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And our tradition has always been to have root beer floats, and tonight we're going to have root beer floats, and so that's a pretty cool thing here as we celebrate our Valentine's Day together. Hockey game continues. Grand Forks leading by a score of 3-0 here tonight on the All True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by All True. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. Puck loose on the far side of the ice on the left wing, and Chloe Groven will send one in. That will be held up, and we'll see a draw coming up in the Jamestown zone. So a draw coming up in the Blue Jay zone again with 12:20 to play in the second period. And we'll see a draw in the right circle of the Jamestown zone. Knight-Riders take control of the puck, spray one in. It goes wide into the corner from Emma Gray. Gray trying to backpedal towards the puck. Another fight on in the corner. Grand Forks doing a little bit better job of pressing the issue against Jamestown early in the second period. The Blue Jays have really been stuck on the defensive end of this. Lainey Bacalar into the corner, trying to come out towards the point. Puck stays in, and now we'll see the Blue Jays clear it, and a draw coming up once again in the Jamestown zone. Our coverage of tonight's matchup brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World, brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust, and also presented tonight by Circle K in Grand Forks. And we'll draw to the left of the Jamestown goal. In the Blue Jay end, puck to Manassa on the right point. She'll feather it down to the corner. An attempt to scoop it back out to the point, and now a battle along the wall, but it comes back to Manassa. Drive in that goes wide. Sigdahl picks it up. Oh, put it in front of the net, and a wave at it by Emma Gray that came up just short, looking for some contact right on top of the crease once again. Gray back behind the net, off to Sigdahl. Sigdahl taking a look back towards Gray behind the net. Gray a stop, a turn, some contact from Izzy Maddock to try to body her up. Puck loose again. Gray taking it back from Sigdahl. Fed it out between the hash marks. Blue Jay defense was there to break it up. And Jamestown comes away with Izzy Maddock charging up into the neutral zone. Then a turnover. Puck loose in the right corner. Kilgore come actually direction. Gray coming after it. Back behind the net. Put it in front of the net. Manassa will pick it up in the high slot. Manassa waves it off towards the far wall. Into the corner for Sigdahl. And again, Maddock coming over to body up that play for Jamestown. Puck back to the near edge once more. A step in for the Knight-Riders on the cycle. They put it back behind the net. Jamestown now with a clear. That's going to bring us back for another icing call in the Jamestown zone. Our draws tonight are brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, and brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your number one supplier of egg tires in the region. Puck loose off the draw, and Elena Marto turns it back out to the high slot. It's broken up. Ellie Kruger comes away with a puck for Jamestown. It goes loose again, played off left side. Taylor Kilgore getting free. Leading scorer for the Knight-Riders. She hasn't had an active offensive night so far for Grand Forks this evening. Puck in the corner, turn off the wall by Marto. A step down for Yana. Yana coming back behind the net, being chased the entire way. Good defensive pressure here in their own zone. Jamestown's been pretty good on the back check thus far. They just haven't been able to bring the puck up ice and sustain the offensive zone pressure in the second period they're looking for. Kruger up ice. Grace Almaris with a touch. This will end up in the corner off the wall for Kira Botner, or rather Botnan. Botnan coming back. Kilgore trying to step through defenders. Got it back to center ice on a crisp pass to Marto. Marto off for Yana, and a drop pass back to Marto. Left point, drive in. Good save by Bacalar. Makes the stick save. It's driven back into the corner. Rebound chased down by Yana. Picked up by Taylor Kilgore. Another clearing play for Jamestown. It looks like this one's destined for icing as well. So another icing call against the Blue Jays. And it's what you're looking for, but if you're Jamestown, you've got to solve the riddle of being able to get up in the offensive zone and put a little pressure on here. They've been able to clear a couple of pucks, and Grand Forks has been relentless in the second period, keeping the puck inside the Jamestown blue line. Manassa, wrister, deflected wide to the net. Looked like Gray got a piece of it right off the end of the blade. Puck loose back around the net again. A chase by Layla Becker. Unable to find it. A blast off the wall. Goes back to the far edge. Macy Fisher comes over to the wing, but once again the Knight-Riders just stay right up in the offensive zone. Put a shot wide. Becker over to cover it up once more. Clearing play held by Manassa on the right point. Turn back into the corner. Ava Walsh behind the net. Cycling back out left side, and this one will finally beat the Knight-Riders into the neutral zone. Manassa back to get it, though, quickly. Just no chance. Brooke Dietrich came sliding up the ice, but wasn't able to get there quickly enough. And the Knight-Riders are back up into the offensive end. Stop off the right wall, and then a shot comes wide from Sigdahl. Ends up over on the far edge. Carries back out to the neutral zone. And then a mishandle by Soderberg for Grand Forks, but Manassa covers that, widens out to the right circle. Drives into the corner. Back behind the net being chased. Oh, put it right out in front for Soderberg, chipping at it again. Now there's a handful of Knight-Riders there. The puck loose behind the play. Works back to Manassa. Another drive. And finally a cover coming in from Addie Bacalar, who stands up to all of that pressure for Jamestown. That's a test for Addie Bacalar. Made a couple of big saves off the blocker, and then got enough help from her teammates to take the rebound back out and just kind of keep it away from pressure. And Bacalar just stayed behind where she thought the puck would be in that sequence rather than where she was trying to find it. Stayed cool, stayed collected. It's a heck of a play from Bacalar and a flurry right in front of the net. Knight-Riders will hold this back in the zone once more. A chase by Laney Bacalar for Jamestown to try to play it out. Works back in the neutral zone, and now Bacalar head of steam coming up the ice. Played back behind her, Tylea Sortland driving in. Shot there towards the crease. Jamestown one and done though on it as the Knight-Riders clear it, and it's Chloe Groven that brings it up the ice for Grand Forks. Put back wide to the net, Bacalar back to pick it up again. Bacalar a stop, comes back out to the high slot. Knight-Riders try to knock it free, works through Emily Common and back to Bacalar, who will toss this off the glass and up into the Grand Forks end. 7 minutes to play in the second period. Grand Forks leading 3-0 on the Altru scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Altru. Regular screenings with Altru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit altru.org. Call 780-5000. Common looking back near side for Gray. Pass was a bit behind Gray. Grace Almiris comes back to get it for Jamestown, and we'll see one flip up and out of play. And a draw coming up. Our coverage brought to you by Spray Advantage. Also brought to you tonight by Lake Region State College. And brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. We'll draw on the Grand Forks line. Or at least we were. Now it's going to come back out to center ice. So a center ice draw. And the puck ends up back in the Knight-Rider zone after the contact with it. Stella Belzer trying to chase it down for Jamestown. Ends up off the far wall. Taken back by Becker. Pass cut off across the high slot. Nice step back defensively for Taylor Kilgore. And Grand Forks tries to play this up into the neutral zone. They had a pass that was intended out for Eliana, a bit too strong for her. Blue Jays back up ice again off the right side. A long look towards the net for Ellie Kruger, their leading scorer. And Kruger with a hard play across. I think we're going to see a slashing call coming up here against Kruger. They'll get her for tripping. Kruger, a hard play, just kind of slashing across. And Kruger, let me tell you something, folks. We saw that right below us. And if looks could kill, Taylor Donaldson, who's with us here tonight, was watching the same play I was. And he saw the exact same thing that I saw. As Kruger, when she looked up, you could see the vicious slash that came across. And time of the penalty is going to be at 10:54 of the second period. And the Knight-Riders are back on the power play, but Kruger's face said the whole thing. It was right below us when she got up off the ice. Shot comes in on Bacalar. Rebound comes out to the top of the crease. Knight-Riders stay with it. Gray puts it up and over the bar. Puck comes back towards the far wall. Another big flurry for Grand Forks on the power play. They've had near misses on the man advantage tonight, but they have not scored on it. A clearing opportunity that's cut off the near boards. It stays in with Eliana. Yana looking back down into the corner. Works back out towards the point, taken up there by Groven. Groven to Gray, back towards Yana, broken up, and here comes an opportunity to break out. Grace Almiris has got a couple of steps. Almiris in by herself, and a big save made by Schmaltz for Grand Forks. Schmaltz takes it off the body, and here come the Knight-Riders back in transition, trying to dump it up into the offensive end. And another puck that will be blasted out of play. Boy, let's look at that again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You can see how much space Almiris has. She comes in, and Schmaltz took it right off the body. That was a heck of a play for Kylie Schmaltz to keep that out of the net on a shorthanded opportunity for Jamestown. Off the draw, puck comes back out to the point. Knight-Riders still on the power play for another 50 seconds. Puck near edge, picked up by Elizabeth Kilgore. She'll turn it back into the corner. It comes off the side from Marteau. They play it towards the net, wide of the net. Soderberg picks it up for the Knight-Riders. Back out onto the left wing for Marteau. Manassa high. Back to Marteau in the left circle. Marteau, steep angle. Another stop made by Bacalar. She'll hold for the whistle. Clock with 4:37 to play in the second period. And 30 seconds remaining on the Grand Forks power play. We'll draw to the right of the Jamestown net. Comes out to the high slot, deflected. And over is Elena Marteau to pick it up. Marteau trying to circle into the corner. Comes back out high. Look, Kilgore, shot blocked. Ends up loose in the circle. Taken back out on the near side by Marteau. She'll drop off for Maya Manassa. Back to Marteau on the left point. Bit overskated, but she comes back towards the right, able to pick it up with Kilgore. A dump in for Common in the right corner. Penalty comes to a conclusion. Jamestown back to full strength. 3-0 in favor of the Knight-Riders. Another power play by the boards for Grand Forks, and now Maya Manassa in a foot race against Ellie Kruger for a loose puck. Kruger got to it, skates out in the right circle. She's got a head of steam after coming out after sitting the last couple of minutes on the penalty. Kruger might have wanted to make a pass on that. She had help in front of the net right on the crease from Brooke Dietrich and did not pass the puck to her. Kruger has one poke checked away again. Knight-Riders back up in the offensive end with some pressure. It works into the corner, floats back out towards the far wall. Stella Belzer trying to chase it down for the Blue Jays. Instead, it's caught by Ava Walsh behind the play. Comes back to the point, held in there by Kendra Kuznia. Play comes out of the corner for the Knight-Riders. They feed it back out right between the hash marks. And again, Jamestown's defense is there to cut it off, but that's been the play tonight for Grand Forks, is just to come off the end wall or out of the corner and play one back in front of the crease. And they've had a couple of pieces of success when the puck has been deflected and stands on top of the crease, but they haven't had the one-timer success that they're looking for out of that play. Now a puck lost on the far point as Jamestown, or rather the Knight-Riders on the left, were unable to hold the offensive end, and Botnan will turn one back into the Jamestown end. One thing I will say for the Knight-Riders tonight, though, I don't believe they've been whistled for icing one time. Here comes another play off the far wall. And again, it's Kilgore, actually rather Kruger, coming up the ice. And Kruger again had one poke checked away from her. Works back into the neutral zone. Kruger will go off the ice. Touch up against the wall from Chloe Groven for the Knight-Riders. Her pass cut off by Anna Lundy, who's been very active defensively for Jamestown this evening. And this will be pushed back into the Grand Forks zone. We're down to 2:15 to play in the second period. Knight-Riders leading by a score of 3-0. Puck out towards the near side, brought up by Grand Forks in the form of Chloe Groven. Groven passing off to Ella Bry. Shot from a steep angle, hit the backside of the net. Groven trying to circle over into the corner to take possession of it. It's up against the wall. Still a battle for control in that corner. This works back to the circle. Quick shot and off the pipe. A shot from Elena Marteau. Marteau got it from the circle and clanked one off the iron and hit it square. Puck back to Lundy behind the net. An attempt to clear, comes out towards the high slot. Knocked down by Talia Sortland. She tried to play it out of the end, and it gets caught along the line. A step in, and here come the Knight-Riders, 3-on-2. Shot coming in, rebound surrendered. Kilgore poking at it, it's in for a goal. Off the right side, Elizabeth Kilgore comes in on another puck that goes to the top of the crease and can't be secured, and Kilgore will make it 4-0 Grand Forks. Boy, we've seen this over and over again tonight. American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Just a loose puck right on top of the crease, and Kilgore stayed with it, jammed it in her second try, just getting underneath the glove hand of Bacalar. That makes it 4-0 in favor of the Knight-Riders with 1:25 left to go in the second period. And the Knight-Riders up ice off the draw. So work into the corner. Eliana coming up into the offensive end for the Knight-Riders to bring home the initial possession. Puck loose in the corner again, comes out towards the point. Waved in from the right side. That was Leah, or rather not Leah Hagan, my apologies. That was Elizabeth Kilgore, who just scored the point. Had the wrong 6 out there. Eliana coming into the corner with less than a minute to play in the second period. Yana taking a look, and now another penalty coming up on some contact in the corner. And the Knight-Riders, the opportunity here to, they're not going to empty the net. They're not going to try to get the extra attacker on the ice. The hand is up. It's clearly going to be a penalty against Jamestown. And now the Knight-Riders do see that this will go against the Blue Jays. Extra attacker coming on the ice. And another chance with the extra attacker on the ice. Puck blasted wide, coming off the left wing from Biddy Bollock. This will be touched back out in the neutral zone, but it's entirely possible that this penalty is not going to be enforced until the 17-minute mark of the second period. The Blue Jays have not been able to touch it up. The Knight-Riders continue 6-on-5. Manassa through traffic, a snipe. Bacalar played it off the glove, and once again Manassa got there first. Finally, the Blue Jays were able to touch up with 6.4 seconds left in period number 2. So another chance on the power play coming up. It'll be a hooking call that is going to put Jamestown's Laney Bacalar in the box. So Bacalar for hooking. Time of the penalty will be at 16:54 of the second period, and most of this power play will carry over to the third. And it will. That'll be the end of 2 periods of play. The Knight-Riders 2 more really gritty area goals in that sequence to take a 4-0 lead after 2 on our All-True scoreboard as we make our way to a third. Intermission report brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And our intermission report is on the way next, so stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We go to our second intermission this evening, and our intermission report brought to you once again tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel at Grand Forks Welding and Machine, and glad to have you along with us here this evening as we continue along with our coverage of high school hockey tonight. Lots going on in that second period. Both goaltenders ended up really showing us some things in that second period, but at the end of it, Grand Forks scratches out a pair of goals, and just about every goal that Grand Forks has had tonight has been about the same kind of goal throughout the course of the evening. It really has been something to watch. They have not given up on a single play right on top of that crease this evening, and that has been the killer for the Blue Jays. When the puck has come down on top of the blue, Grand Forks has been there kind of like vultures tonight, to try to jab that puck in, and most of their scores have been the exact same way tonight. And that takes us to the score that we have right now, which is 4-0 in favor of Grand Forks. Our coverage tonight and our intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And with a system from High Plains Water, the quality of living goes up in your home. Again, longer lasting appliances, that's something that's going to save you money. Also, no more scaly buildup around your fixtures, and better tasting tap water, which means you'll drink more. That's better for your health. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. When it's time to get that season started, don't be caught flat-footed. Make sure that you're ready with the folks from Grand Forks Welding and Machine. So Grand Forks Welding and Machine can have your machinery ready to roll this year. Broken or twisted shafts, they've got you covered. If you need holes tightened up around your machinery, they've got you covered for that as well. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, they are the Men of Steel. Well, the thing that jumps off the page at you in that second period, shots on goal in the first period were 14-10 Knight-Riders. Shots on goal in the second period were 15-4 Knight-Riders. We had mentioned early that Jamestown was really struggling to get up the ice and hold the puck in the offensive zone, and they just did not have an opportunity to do that in that second period. They managed 4 shots, but when they did get a rush, it was basically one and done. And the balance, I would say, and then some, of that second period was spent inside the Jamestown blue line, and they earned a couple of goals, did the Knight-Riders, to make it a 4-0 score at that point. Let's take a look at our highlights from the second period. Highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Goaltenders standing out early. Here's a shot up the ice by Marteau, and you see Bacalar for Jamestown making just a cool, calm, collected save in that situation. Then a step out for Jamestown and a stop that's made, just kind of flashing the leather there for Schmaltz on that play after a breakout from Jamestown. Knight-Riders get involved in the scoring. This one a really steep angle off the near side, and it comes for Nora Hale, just picking up that carom off the end wall. Another chance up the ice for Schmaltz to get involved. This is a clean break coming up the ice with space for Grace Almaris, and she gets stoned on that play by Schmaltz. And then again, end of the period, Elizabeth Kilgore jabbing at a loose puck that Bacalar is unable to cover. And with those situations that came into play, the Knight-Riders able to get a couple of big stops from their goaltender and score a couple of goals. And now they will go into the third period with a power play coming up as well. Again, the scoring summary brought to you by Bergstrom Electric with Who Lit the Lamp. We make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Nora Hale scores the first goal of the period, and that came unassisted for Nora Hale, made it 3-0. And then, there were a couple of assists on that. My apologies. Kendra Kuznia and Dusty Bollock pick up assists on that play. And then in the second period as well, 15:35, Elizabeth Kilgore with a goal at even strength. They're ruling that one as unassisted for Elizabeth Kilgore. That made it 4-0 at that point. And we will go into the third period after a penalty against Lainey Bacalar for hooking at 16:54, which means that the Knight-Riders will be on the power play to get the third period started for a good chunk of time. But again, goals in that period for Nora Hale and also for Elizabeth Kilgore. 4 goals, 4 different players tonight for the Knight-Riders, and that has the Knight-Riders on top by a score of 4-0. We'll take another break in our intermission report, and our intermission report tonight is brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We'll preface the Eastern Dakota Conference Hockey Tournament. That starts next week, and we'll have a preview of it next on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College with faculty and staff here to help you succeed. We know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We're at the end of 2, and your score tonight, the Knightriders 4, the Blue Jays nothing, as Grand Forks chips in a couple of goals in that second period. Our intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Folks, the Eastern Dakota Conference Boys Hockey Tournament gets started coming up this weekend. There will be a couple of play-in games coming up this weekend. West Fargo Cheyenne is going to play host to Mayport Clifford Galesburg, and Fargo South Shanley will play host to Grafton Park River. And then we will begin our coverage on Tuesday with games here at Eagles Arena and also at Purpur Arena. At Purpur Arena coming up on Tuesday night, it'll be Grand Forks Central going up against the Grafton Park River Fargo South Shanley winner. That game will take place over at Purpur. And then here at Eagles Arena, it'll be the 2-seed Grand Forks Red River hosting the winner of that play-in game between West Fargo Cheyenne and Mayport Clifford Galesburg. So 2 games coming up on Tuesday night. Then the remainder of the tournament Friday and Saturday will move here. 4 games, 2 consolation semifinals, 2 semifinals coming up on Friday, and on Saturday there will be 2 state qualifiers and a state championship game. Regional championship game coming up on Saturday. We'll have all of those games from Grand Forks on our KNOX Live Sports video feed, as well as also coverage of the Grand Forks teams on KNOX Radio. So join us for that coming up next week as we get the Eastern Dakota Conference tournament started. We are your exclusive video provider for the Eastern Dakota Conference hockey tournament coming up this Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. All right, with that, we'll take a final break. Tyler Donaldson is going to have you the remainder of the way with a call of this one tonight as the Knightriders lead by a score of 4-0. We'll come back with third period action next.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College with faculty and staff here to help you succeed. We know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eagles Arena in Grand Forks for this North Dakota High School hockey matchup between Jamestown Blue Jays and Grand Forks Knightriders. Still a little bit of time left here before we get into the third period. We've had a bit of a line change up here in the press box. Out is Ryan Cunningham as your play-by-play. In myself, Tyler Donaldson, here to see this through to the end with you. And it's been a bit of a spirited matchup here so far. The Knight-Riders up 4-0 here as we prepare for puck drop to start the third period. Play controlled pretty dominantly in that second period by the Knight-Riders. Shots heavily in favor of them, I believe 15-4 over Jamestown. Jamestown has a lot of work to claw their way back into this. They'll be looking for some sustained pressure in the offensive zone, as well as stifling a pretty consistent attack from the Knight-Riders here. As we prepare for puck drop, Knight-Riders taking to the ice. Still a little bit of time left here in this regular season for Grand Forks hockey, for Knight-Riders hockey. There's the conclusion to tonight's game, and then another game tomorrow. As we get prepared for the third here. Strong period, or a strong game here so far for several of the Knight-Riders players. Ella Bry, Chloe Groven, Maya Manasau, all with strong games so far. Elizabeth Kilgore scoring a potentially back-breaking goal there in the second towards the end of the second period. The Blue Jays have their work cut out for them here if they want to claw their way back into this one, though, and they'll have 17 minutes of ice time to do it. As we get set for the third period here in Grand Forks. Puck is dropped. Drawn back, possessed by the Knight-Riders, passed around back into their own zone. Manasau passes up ice, but play is intercepted here along the boards in the neutral zone. Puck kicked up into the Knight-Riders zone by Ellie Kruger for the Blue Jays. Turned back over along the near boards before kicked back down behind the Knight-Riders goal. Turned over again to Kruger. Kruger with a nifty move off the half wall before taking the puck back out into the neutral zone. Regrouping before sending it back into the Knight-Riders zone. Puck collected up here by the Knight-Riders, intercepted for a heavy hit against the far boards, along the far boards. That's Anna Lundy who takes a sharp hit there. But she seems all right back up on her skates as the stripes come together. It's going to be a penalty to the Knight-Riders. Number 3, Elena Mardo, will spend 2 minutes in the box, 2 minutes or less in the box for roughing. Puck is dropped now, drawn back out of the zone by the Blue Jays. Kruger with it, passes it off to Maddox before the puck is lost to the Knight-Riders. Turning up zone here, 2-on-2, shorthanded Knight-Riders. Kilgore with it behind the net, swings around, kicks it back out to the top of the circle. Shot is blocked. Blue Jays recollect the puck before heading back up ice into the Knight-Riders zone. Kruger with a shot that goes wide. Puck is collected by Kilgore for the Knight-Riders, brought back up ice shorthanded. Her shorthanded shot blocked into the corner before being gathered up by Chesney Sigdahl. Knight-Riders key possession here in the offensive zone, killing the penalty with some offense. Now before regathering the puck, 50 seconds left in the penalty. But right now it's all Knight-Riders. A couple shorthanded opportunities and a shorthanded goal scored by Chesney Sigdahl. Shorthanded goal by Sigdahl here. We'll take a look at that here on our replay, instant replay, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Oh, and we were a little short on that replay. We'll chalk that up to myself here, though, but The goal by Chesney Sigdahl, short-handed. Still 40 seconds left in this power play opportunity for Jamestown, but it's the Knight-Riders with the short-handed goal. Puck is swept up, out, and cleared all the way down to the Jamestown ice behind the net. Jamestown bringing the puck up before it's turned back over and hammered back down into the Blue Jays zone. Puck is recollected by Bacalar and brought up ice. It's Kruger with the puck, smooth skating into the Knight-Riders zone. Kruger flying around the offensive zone before losing the puck. It's the Knight-Riders now turning up the ice. Maya Manasob bringing it up herself. Penalty is over. We're back to even strength. Knight-Riders with the puck in the Blue Jays zone before the puck is swept back up ice all the way down to the Knight-Riders zone. No icing. Icing waved off on that one. Knight-Riders recollecting the puck here, bringing it up along the short boards, turned over to the Blue Jays. They're playing a little bit of give and take here, back and forth, before the Knight-Riders are able to recollect. Now into the neutral zone. Manasaw bringing the puck up into the Blue Jays zone. Passing into the slot, opportunity for the Knight-Riders. Mardo with a shot, but it's blocked into the corners. Kilgore. Pass up to the top of the key. The shot is saved by the Blue Jays, Bacalar, and she gets a stoppage in play. There will be a face-off here in the Blue Jays zone shortly. More sustained pressure from the Knight-Riders here, even on that short-handed, on the penalty kill for them, even finding some offense. Puck is dropped, controlled by the Knight-Riders. Shot squeaks through, and a rebound is put home. It looked like rebound was put home. It looked like it might have been Mardo with the rebound. But regardless, it is 5-0 Knight-Riders now on a rebound goal from, I believe it was Elaine Mardo. And puck is dropped at center ice here as we move into the 5th minute of play here in the third period. Back and forth in the neutral zone before being poked ahead into the Blue Jays zone. And we have a stoppage in play here now. As we get gathered back into the Blue Jays zone here, defensive zone for another puck drop here. 6-0 now. Knight-Riders over the Jamestown Blue Jays. Still 12 and a half minutes left of play. Knight-Riders take the face-off here. Gaining control of the puck in the Blue Jays defensive zone. Puck along the side wall here, down low. Kicked into the corner, scrambling for both teams before the puck is swept all the way around to the far boards. Gathered up there by the Knight-Riders. Again, more action along the boards here before the puck is kicked all the way up ice. Looks like icing has been waved off. Knight-Riders gather the puck in their own defensive zone. Here, Botman with bringing the puck up the ice for the Knight-Riders. Before turning it over into the neutral zone now. Kruger with the puck for the Blue Jays and into the Knight-Riders zone before turning it over. Puck gathered up behind the net now by the Knight-Riders. Turning up ice with it now. Knight-Riders bringing it in one-on-one. Looking for some help. Chesney Sigdahl before the puck gets whacked back out of the zone. Now it's a foot race back up the ice into the Knight-Riders zone. Knight-Riders able to recover. Sigdahl again with the puck, dumping it in back into the Blue Jays zone here and chasing in after it. Puck is swept along the boards behind the net into the near corner. before being gathered up. Shot is blocked. Shot by Ava Walsh, blocked. Puck gathered here on the point by the Knight-Riders before being hammered out of the zone by the Blue Jays. All the way down in the Knight-Rider zone is a sleeper agent, number 14 for the Blue Jays, scores. Lainey Bacalar comes up big for the Blue Jays. And it's 6-1 now. Blue Jays trying to fight their way back. And we have a 6-1 game now here as the Jamestown Blue Jays find themselves on the scoreboard. Lainey Bacalar with her first goal of the game now. Puck is dropped, gathered up here by the Blue Jays. 2-on-1 for Jamestown as they move into the Knight-Riders zone. Fighting for it along the near boards before a shot is deflected on goal. Save made by Schmaltz here. Cool, calm, collected. She gets a stoppage now as we wait for a face-off here in the Knight-Riders zone. But it's 6-1 here now in Grand Forks. Goals for each team this period. Knight-Riders still controlling the pace and tempo of play, but the Blue Jays have managed to strike quickly and get themselves on the board. Still 10 minutes left to go here in the third. Both teams scrambling for the puck along the near boards in the Knight-Riders zone before puck is recovered by the Blue Jays. Passing back up along the boards to Kruger. Kruger has it back near the point before passing it off to Izzy Maddock. Maddock sends it in deep now. The puck is recovered by the Knight-Riders before being brought up ice. Maya Manisaw bringing it up. A shot from wide is an easy save for Addie Bacalar, and she gets a stoppage here now with a break in play. Still plenty of time left in this game here for Jamestown to scratch away at the lead, but they're going to have to start working a little bit quickly here now as we have a face-off in the Blue Jays zone. Face-off is won by the Blue Jays, swept around behind the net before being stolen by the Knight-Riders. Knight-Riders now getting a shot off from behind the net, playing from behind the net here into the slot. A shot before the puck is turned back over. Blue Jays recover now here with it behind their own net. D-to-D pass before a nice clearing effort up ice out of the zone before the puck is stolen by the Knight-Riders. Brought right back in and sent on net before another stoppage in play. Chloe Groven all over the ice, making her mark here in this third period here. A couple of steals there for Groven. She's skating well, and she's seeing the ice just as well. Two teams meet at the far dot for the drop. Puck drop, won by Jamestown before being hammered back out to center ice. Puck there gathered by gathered by Biddy Ballack for the Knight-Riders. Swept back up into neutral zone now. Delayed offsides on Jamestown. Puck is passed up out back into the neutral zone here as the Knight-Riders start making their way into the Jamestown zone, but turned back over into neutral ice. For the Knight-Riders now sending the puck back in deep with a shot on goal that is saved by Addie Bacalar. And another stoppage of play here in the third period. Just over 8 minutes left here in the third. 6-1 Grand Forks leading Jamestown. Shots are 40-17. Pretty dominant display here by Grand Forks. Still 8 minutes left though. Puck is dropped, won by Jamestown. Gathered by Lainey Bacalar. Bacalar brings it up ice before turning it over deep in the Knight-Riders zone. Knight-Riders recover, bringing the puck up along the near boards Nifty pass. Nifty passing now here by the Knight-Riders' third line. Taylor Kilgore with it behind the net before losing it to the Blue Jays. Puck is coughed back up at the blue line. Knight-Riders sending it right back in deep here now. Both teams hacking away, scrambling at the puck in the near corner before the Blue Jays coming out with it. Ellie Kruger skating it out. Oh, turned over here at the blue line, hammered right back in by the Knight-Riders. Knight-Riders keeping that offensive zone pressure up here as we approach the second half of the third period. Kruger skating the puck up ice into the offensive zone for the Blue Jays before it's turned away. And we have an offside call here. This play will come to a stop. Just under 7 minutes left here in Grand Forks. Grand Forks finding a variety of different ways to score here. Not afraid to get into the dirty parts of the ice for those opportunities as well. Puck is dropped, one back by Grand Forks before being kicked up ahead into the offensive zone. Nifty passing, shot just wide from prime real estate there, right in the slot. Emma Gray just missing a prime opportunity, but brought back up ice into the Grand Forks zone. Puck is being kicked around the boards now before recovered by Grand Forks. Knight-Riders bringing the puck up now. Maya Massinaw taking the puck in deep, looking for one of her teammates in deep there in the slot, but not able to get a clean shot off. Jamestown unable to get the puck out now. It turned right back in, fired right back in by the Knight-Riders. Kendra Kuzmia keeping the puck in the zone. Oh, before it's kicked back out now, and the Knight-Riders recover and bring it right back in. A nifty shot on goal from Kira Botnin, excuse me. Turned away though by Bacalar for Jamestown. Jamestown recovering the puck now behind their own goal. Turning it up ice. Nifty a little behind the back pass to get it out of the zone, but turned right back over to the Knight-Riders. The Knight-Riders now bringing the puck back in with numbers. Shot on goal is saved by Bacalar. Ella Bry with the shot on goal, and we have another stoppage of play here in this third period of Grand Forks Knight-Riders hockey. Grand Forks pouring it on. As we get set for the face-off, puck is dropped. One back to the blue line and out of the zone by Grand Forks. One a little too cleanly there. Pass up into the Knight-Riders zone. Blue Jays looking to retain possession of the puck. And we have a penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to be a trip against Grand Forks. Ellie Kruger drawing the penalty. It will be Ava Walsh for the Knight-Riders going to the penalty box. 11:58 of the third period. Puck is dropped in the Knight-Riders defensive zone, won by the Knight-Riders and kicked out to the neutral zone. Taken back by the Blue Jays as they regroup here for another power play opportunity, but are unable to gain the offensive zone as the Knight-Riders regain possession of the puck. Another shorthanded opportunity here for the Knight-Riders. Eliana on that shorthanded opportunity, but the puck is regained by the Blue Jays. Passed up out of their defensive zone as they make their way back up into the neutral zone here and resume their attack on the Knight-Riders. Puck sent deep into the Knight-Riders zone, recovered here. Another penalty drawn Another penalty drawn by Ellie Kruger. It's going to be another trip. And the Knight-Riders are able to recover in time to get that stoppage in play. Just under 4 minutes left here in the third as the Stripes get this one sorted out. And this is a big opportunity for Jamestown now to cut into this lead. We have another tripping call. This one going to Elena Mardo at 13-11. Trip to Mardo at 13-11. And Jamestown now with a 5-on-3 penalty or power play here. If they're going to cut into this lead, there's no better opportunity than this, but the Knight-Riders are able to clear the zone all the way back down to the Jamestown defensive zone where puck is gathered up by Layla Becker, sent up ice. Ooh, nifty move by Kruger. Finds herself with the puck, and there's a wide open net. What a save by Kylie Schmaltz on a wide open net. Desperation save, and Schmaltz is able to get, it looked like a glove on it, wide open yawning net. Jamestown recovers the puck though, still a minute. The first penalty is over. Skater back on the ice for the Knight-Riders. Still a minute left in this penalty, 5-on-4 here for Jamestown. 6-1 with just under 3 minutes left in this game. Still 6-1 Grand Forks over Jamestown. Puck is in deep behind the Knight-Riders goal here. Knight-Riders whacking away at it, trying to get it up out of the zone, but held in at the point by Kruger, by Ellie Kruger. Deep shot is blocked before the puck is able to be cleared all the way up and out of the zone by Chesney Sigdahl. Jamestown has to go a whole 200 feet now. But they turn the puck over in their own zone. Turn the puck over to Sigdahl. And now there's a foot race back for it into the Knight-Rider zone. Puck is swept out back in the neutral zone. And it's a scramble here in the Jamestown zone. Players losing their sticks before the puck is whacked out out of the zone as the penalty to Mardo comes to a close. Mardo back on the ice. Knight-Riders bringing the puck up into the offensive zone. Before turning it back over to the Blue Jays now. It's 3-on-2 here. Good gap coverage by the Knight-Riders, Biddy Balick. Puck in deep behind the Knight-Riders goal now, being dug out by players from both teams. Knight-Riders come out with it now. Puck along the short wall, back into the neutral zone. Both teams giving chase into the Blue Jays zone. And we're into the final minute of the third period here, ladies and gentlemen, as the Knight-Riders look to put the clamps on this game, and a bit of a statement victory here, a solid victory now. Puck into the Knight-Riders zone along the far boards. Players for both teams. Oh, now the Knight-Riders able to come clear with it before bringing the puck back up the ice. Ella Bry with the puck now, sends it deep into the Blue Jays zone. Behind the Blue Jays net, puck is sent out up front into the slot, now back to the point. Shot from the point blocked. Looked like it was Elizabeth Kilgore with the shot from the point. And now Jamestown unable to get the puck out, and the Knight-Riders make them pay. I did not see who got the shot, but it was a seeing eye shot. It looked like it was through a couple of screens. We'll have to get the scoring cue here later on that, ladies and gentlemen. My hearing isn't what it used to be. I could not hear what the announcer said, but another goal for the Knight-Riders makes it 7-1 as this game comes to a close. A strong game from Grand Forks, outscoring Jamestown 7-1, outshooting them 44-18. Your Grand Forks Knight-Riders take this one by a score of 7-1 here in the last week of the regular season. A solid effort. Grand Forks kept Jamestown hedged in their own zone for much of the game. A lot of strong, sustained offensive pressure for the Knight-Riders. Jamestown, they had some chances. They had some chances on the rush. They had a little bit of their own sustained offensive zone pressure, but really just the relentless attack of the Grand Forks Knight-Riders was just, in the end, too much for Jamestown. And with that, we thank you for being with us here, and we're going to take a short break. Stick with us for our post-game show here on KNOX TV.
There's never been a better time of year than now to get that new Ford from Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks. It's the model year closeout, and you can drive off in a new F-150 XLT and save up to $14,500 or choose low 2.9% financing for 60 months. Ford Escape, another great buy. Save up to $4,250 and get low 1.9% for 66 months. Hurry in for huge discounts and low financing during our model year closeout at Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
We welcome you to our post-game report tonight in the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. The Knight-Riders defeat the Blue Jays tonight by a final score of 7-1. Those of you that are with us on our video coverage, you may see something a little bit different there as they have blanked out the scoreboard. That's okay. Knight-Riders win tonight by a score of 7-1, and we'll go back to where we were at the beginning of the night just to show you where we're at with the win. Grand Forks will get their 13th win of the season, now moved to 46 points on the year. And tonight, Bismarck Century was at Devil's Lake. Assuming a Century win, they would still be 2 points behind. And that game with Legacy going to be very important tomorrow when Legacy comes up to Grand Forks to take on the Grand Forks Knight-Riders. But tonight, the Knight-Riders get the win. Again, going up by 6 and forcing a little bit of continuous clock there for a while in the third period tonight. And then in the long run, scoring or forcing it again at the very end of the third period this evening. We welcome you to our post-game report, brought to you by Spring Advantage. Everything you need for spraying an application on your farm, and brought to you by Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Waiting for the final scoring in this one tonight, and the Knight-Riders ended up out shooting Jamestown 31-8 in the last two periods tonight for a shots advantage of 45-18. They really put on the pressure tonight. Chesney Sigdahl with a couple of goals this evening. Also, Elena Marto gets on the board. Dusty Bollock gets on the board in that third period, but Chesney Sigdahl, a shorthanded goal tonight. Elizabeth Kilgore had a goal and an assist this evening for the Grand Forks Knight-Riders, and they had a very balanced night tonight. Those that scored, Sigdahl with 2, as we mentioned, but Ella Bry, Chloe Groven, Emma Gray, Emily Common, Nora Hale, Kendra Kuznia, Dusty Bollock on the scoreboard twice tonight. Taylor Kilgore on the scoreboard, Ella Yana on the scoreboard tonight as well, and Ella Bry with a couple of assists. I mean, they had a really balanced night tonight and got things going in the second and third periods this evening, and that was good to see for the Grand Forks Knight-Riders tonight. Go through some of the highlights that we had for you tonight with our post-game highlights. They were brought to you tonight by Proceed. If you need seed, think Proceed. Proceed.net. Final game highlights looked like this early. Grand Forks, this was really how they scored a bunch of their goals tonight. The first one from Soderberg, just a jab on the top of the crease, and the Knight-Riders would do it again in the first period as well. This time coming after they revised it from Chesney Sigdahl, making a stab at one. 2-0 after one. The goaltenders were featured prominently to start the second period tonight. Nice smooth save there from Bacalar for the Blue Jays on a breakout from Grand Forks. And then the Knight-Riders beaten on a breakout. And up ice comes a shot that will be saved by Chesney Sigdahl. Really nice play for Sigdahl. I'm sorry, not Sigdahl, but rather the goaltender for Grand Forks tonight, Schmaltz. And then we do see a goal from Grand Forks, another one of those jabs right there when it comes down onto the top of the crease. And later, a breakout coming from Grace Almaris for Jamestown. She got stopped on a big save there also. And then later in that period, you see another opportunity for Grand Forks with Elizabeth Kilgore just shoveling at a loose puck, and it was 4-0 after 2. And the Knight-Riders end up winning by a final score of 7-1 tonight. Those are your post-game highlights, and they're brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Go through some of our post-game awards that we have for you this evening. Before we wrap things up tonight, our PS Garage Doors 3 stars the game. Brought to you tonight by PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors in Devils Lake and Grand Forks. Again, 772-DOOR, the number to call for perfect service. The PS stands for perfect service at PS Garage Doors. Lots of categories, or rather lots of candidates, we should say, tonight for the 3 stars of the game that would come into this one this evening. And, boy, you could really pick, because there are a lot of players that had really, really good nights tonight for this Grand Forks team. But let's start with our third star tonight, Ella Bry. Couple of assists tonight for Ella Bry. She assisted on that first goal for Brooklyn Soderberg tonight. Also picked up a second point tonight on an assist on Chesney Sigdahl's goal in the third period. She'll be our third star tonight. Our second star this evening for the Knight-Riders will end up being Brooklyn Soderberg, who ends up scoring that first goal tonight. Soderberg getting the scoring going tonight. They kind of showed the way with that first goal being scored. They scored plenty that way, just keeping a puck alive on top of the crease. And our first star tonight, Chesney Sigdahl. 2 goals tonight for Chesney Sigdahl. Had a great night. It was fun to watch her skate this evening. She'll be our first star tonight. 3 stars of the game, brought to you tonight by PS Garage Doors. And our final award tonight is our Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, they cover it all. Finest Auto Trim, specializing in recovering vehicle seats, boat seats. If it's time to get those seats serviced, then it's time for Finest Auto Trim. Give them a call. Finest Auto Trim, stop and see them. 2201 Demers in Grand Forks. And our finest cover of the game tonight, we had a very active night for one defender for Grand Forks, and that was Kendra Kuznia. Now, other defenders played well also, but Kendra Kuznia came out really strong tonight. We saw her all over the ice this evening. She has an opportunity to get on the scoreboard tonight as well, as she had an assist on Nora Hale's goal in the second period. But we saw a lot of really good things out of Kendra Kuznia tonight, and she'll be our Finest Auto Trim, finest cover of the game this evening. And that's going to do it for our coverage of high school hockey tonight. Tomorrow, we're back in it as the Knight-Riders will play host to the Bismarck Legacy /
Bismarck High, we believe, Sabres. Legacy Bismarck will come into town coming up tomorrow. We'll have that one for you coming up at 1 o'clock, so join us for it coming up tomorrow afternoon. Want to thank Tyler Donaldson for taking in the third period, and also our two camera ladies tonight, Kinley Kleckley and Claire Volrath, for taking care of our camera responsibilities here tonight. I'm Ryan Cunningham. The Knightriders win it by a score of 7-1. This has been high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network at KNOX Live Sports.